Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian and homeschool mom. And in this video, we finally get to the actual, and at least the filming, of the Last Apprentice series. So this is Slither. This is actually book, where are we here? This is book 11. However, my library only had an audiobook, and I'm not really an audiobook person. Nothing against them, they're just not for me. So I bought this digitally, but I wanted to get a physical copy. My library didn't have it. I put in a request, they ordered it back in October of 2021. It is now February of 2022. So yes, it took that long to get a physical copy of this book to do this video. After this, I have one more of this series, not really a book, but they're basically his list of creatures to do, and then we are actually finally done filming the Last Apprentice series, which, by a very, very good book series, is very, very dark and not really my taste. Still highly recommend it if you like the blood, the gore, the actual horror. Great book series if you like that. I don't. So, let's get this done. So this is an interesting book. So similar to he comes out of the story so much of following Tom. You have the Iron Grimalkin, then you have, which I believe is right before this. No, you have the Lord of the Dead that's right before this. Which is another interesting book. But this is one of the 9 Alice's after this. So this has nothing to do with Tom whatsoever. This covers a creature by the name of Slither in a very, very strange role. Now, these creatures have killed off all their females. They literally got rid of all their females, so they cannot breed anymore. So they essentially kidnap and use human females to breed, and then they treat them like slaves. They enslave them. So Slither lives in a specific area. He has a deal with a specific farmer. And one day, the farmer gets into an accident. Now, he made a deal. Him and the farmer made a deal. Basically, occasionally he drinks from him. But once he dies, basically the farmer said, if you pretty much leave me alone, you can have my oldest daughter. And you can, if you get my 2 younger daughters and essentially take them to my brother. So, essentially, this is kind of what happens. The older sister is obviously not happy. She has her 2 younger sisters. He will also get the farm. So this is what happens. The farmer dies. Basically, the older sister realizes that she's essentially been sold for the protection of her younger sisters to this creature, who essentially will essentially sell her into slavery. So, my computer. So essentially what's happening here is you have his story, and you see things from his point of view where he's taking his job is to take these 3 sisters and drop 2 of them off with the uncle, and he's sworn to do this. However, he stops by another one of his people, and he's drugged, and his sisters are taken, and they're going to be tortured. All the girls are going to be tortured, and yes, that's what these things do. She's able to help him and get Lou. They're able to rescue the sisters, but of course all their stuff is left behind. One of them's kind of spoiled. The younger one, they've all been kind of sheltered by dad, and mom is long since dead. So he's able to get them, but then he has to, rather than dropping them off, he has to go north, and basically he's being considered an outlaw. So he has to approve his name. They get to this basically their capital. He's going to clear his name. He's essentially supposed to fight this monster, or they're going to suck the life out of the 3 girls. And so this is where Grimalkin shows up. Yeah, she's in this. So the Grimalkin witch assassin shows up, and she's going to help the girls. She's going to help him win. So they have a big battle with this creature. They do help kill it. Unfortunately, it kills the middle sister before they're able to do that. So they have the younger one and the older one. The older one's, again, still going to be sold into slavery. So they travel back. The Grimalkin stays with them. She's obviously not happy. because, again, selling female into slavery because you guys are really, really stupid and you killed all your females some centuries ago. And she also realizes that these guys are basically going to bring forth their once their god comes forth, eventually it's going to be creating a new god and they're going to come take over things. So that's their pledge. That does eventually happen. It's been a while since I've read the rest of these books. So eventually what happens is the Grimalkin and the older daughter, and the Slither, that is his name, the name he goes by, they drop off the younger sister. They leave, and they get to basically a slave town, and they drop them off, and then her and Grimalkin kill everybody and kill the slave women, and they run away. And Slither is obviously very, very pissed off. And it's like, what are you going to do? She's gone. Grimalkin has actually disguised herself as this young girl. So she went back to her family, and Grimalkin went in and was the slave, and just because she's the witch assassin, she killed all these things, because that's what she does, and she freed all these women. So the Slither's obviously pissed off. But again, once their god comes loose, they're gonna basically go down and attack the south. So I don't know. Vicious cat in my lap. That is going into the next book series, which I am probably not going to cover because this one was hard enough. The author is still really good. So that is pretty much the gist of this book. Again, it's a really quick review of this, and it ends, of course, with Grimalkin and what's going on. And I do believe the next book is I Am Alice. So, and then you have the Seventh Son, which is the final book. So this is very just kind of interesting. This is almost a lead up to what is going on in his next series. And you kind of see Grimalkin gets, I believe, a weapon here that they eventually use. So, and of course, the next book is I Am Alice, which is a whole other thing. And then you have the Seventh Son. And then it's done. And he's moving into another dark series. So I'm going to say this again. This is a really good book series if you like blood and gore and really, 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 really dark. This is major horror. I did not know this getting into this. I only read like the first 2 books. And it just gets darker, as we can see. There's lots of rape and darkness in this book. Just as a warning, there's lots of women rape going on in slavery and horrible things. I have no idea what he's treating these are, because again, the author is from Lancaster County, England. I don't know whether these creatures are actually considered the English. I hope not, because he's English. So maybe it's the French, who knows? Or the Scottish, who knows? Or they're just vicious creatures. But nonetheless, that is really it for this review. Please check out the rest of the series if you really do like the blood and the gore, or you have kids who like the dark stuff. Definitely this is middle school, high school range. So, again, you could probably do 6th grade, depending on the reading level, or even 5th grade, but again, heavy subjects, really dark, very gory. Very, very gory. This is very great. As a reference, after I finished most of reading this book series, I went on to the Princess Diaries. So when you see that is coming up in 2023, this is why. It's because I was reading through these. And this is a brand new copy from the library. They ordered a bunch when I made the request because, again, there wasn't anything actually to read. There was only the audiobook. So that's it for this review. If you like what you see, again, check out the rest of the channel. Check out, I cover the entire book series. I have one more actually to do that's not really part of the series because I've already covered I Am Alice and the Seventh Son. So those videos will already be coming out. So if they look a little weird, a little different, that's because this one's being filmed much later. And then I'll do he has a short story series, and then he has a beast hearing. The short story series I already read, and I borrowed online from my library, and then the beast hearing I'm waiting for. So that will be actually the last thing that I cover. And I do not believe I'm going to cover the film because I don't think I can get a hold of it. That might be a slight change, and it's supposed to be really, really bad. So we'll see. So again, like and subscribe if you like it. I cover lighter things. I'm covering the Princess Diaries in 2023. I've covered 2 more up here, so I'm covering more. I do various children's books. much lighter than this. I do various different films, so be sure to check out the channel. I also do homeschooling stuff, secular homeschooling stuff. Again, as my kid gets older, as of this filming, she's 2.5. And by the time you guys see this, she'll be over 3. So we'll be slowly getting to the homeschooling stuff as well as doing some travel stuff. So again, check out the channel, like and subscribe, leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.